everyone, welcome other day to Maestras de Mau, the place where I interview some masters, some people that teach me a lot of things, and I learn as much as I can from these wonderful minds. Today I'm going to introduce you one of my favorite all over the world, my favorite in the beginning student, and today my master, because he has his Sina, and he has a wonderful and amazing brain. I met him because I was giving a class, a completely crazy class where I try to break the minds of the people using Socrates and just questions. And one guy, after 2 days, knocked on my door and moved 500 kilometers, arrived to Asturias and say, "Hi, I'm Sina, and I want to know more things about this kind of explorations." And from that day, we are really close friends. So I'm really grateful to have here today Sina, one of my masters.
Well,
Sina, I want to ask you a simple question.
Tell me.
For me, you are one of the most brilliant brains that I know. My question is, what do you want to do with so kind of superpowers that you got?
Well, that's what I'm exploring in the past 2 months. But before answering that, I have to say that you're reversing the master. So it's me that learning from you every day. And thanks for giving me opportunity to be in your life and be a part of this tribe. But the problem with my mind, which is not very genius probably, is that you always want something new.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
And there is no right answer to that.
It's curiosity, right?
Well, it's so hard. It's so hard because every day you want something new.
Yeah.
The problem here is that whatever you do in the previous day, you're not continuing, so you're not becoming a master of your past.
Yeah.
But you're exploring a new way. But you're not necessarily going to a new place.
Yeah.
You're visiting a new place and then going to another place.
Yeah.
So you're not anywhere, anytime. And it can be very enjoyable and it can be very bothering at the same time. So I don't know if I'm enjoying my life or if it's a disaster.
No, because the other day we were speaking about quantum computing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were telling to me about how quantum computing is going to change completely the world, right?
Well, definitely it's going to change, but the changes is not only in being a faster approach, but it's going to be a totally new understanding of the nature.
Yeah.
And totally new analysis.
Yeah.
That we were not being capable to do.
It's about the understanding, not the technology once
Yes.
time. It's about quantum physics. It's about to understand this new mindset, a new approach to understand how the things in the universe works, right?
Yeah. And when we talk about these kind of topics, sometimes the problems so simple are at the same time so profound that you cannot even imagine. For example, in quantum physics, we talk about like 3 different emptiness. So what is emptiness? Is it the lack of something?
Mm-hmm.
Is it having a bubbles? Is it not having something? And we're trying to have a better solution for this kind of very fundamental problems,
Okay.
which doesn't have any to do with business, but it can affect businesses in a very different way. Because once you know how the things work, once you know how the planet works, once you know how the people are predictable,
Yeah.
Once we move ourselves from the center of the universe and say we are one of the very small parts in billions of stars, that's relieving. So I hope it answers some of the questions that the humanity was trying to answer for a long time, and it's yet not being answered and not being recognized by more than 80% of the humanity.
Yeah. And with all this knowledge that you got inside of your brain, how you manage all that understanding that maybe I suppose that it's hard because it's like, it's change, it's break your mind and observe every day something that changes and break your paradigms. How you manage that?
Well, I think when you have knowledge in your mind, the outcome is very simple, and I put it in very small word, creativity.
Yeah.
So when we talk about who's the greatest scientist in the world, the first answer that comes to mind is Einstein. But most of the people think Einstein has a very high IQ, therefore he did what he did. But in reality, what happened is that at the age of 12, he was knowing mathematics more than most of the people who has bachelor. At the age of 15, he could do integrals and differential equations. And he went to a school in Switzerland that helped him to think and imagine things instead of just writing it down. So anything that happened until a creative moment that Einstein basically talked about the theory of relativity is basically a lot of knowledge that at the right point converted into creativity.
Yeah.
So I would say the knowledge itself doesn't have any value, but the profound thing about human mind is that at one point, we don't know how magical it is, but it can create all of this knowledge into a creative thing that can help the other human being and then further our knowledge about the understanding of the universe.
So kind of connecting the dots about what you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
And that's why Stephen Hawking said the very big computers cannot replace humans as well. It can be true, it can be not, but if it's true, I think the answer to that question is coming from that.
That's cool. Thank you very much, Sina.
Thank you so much. I don't know why you're having me here, but I'm flattered. Thank you so much.
I'm sure that all the people that are hearing you right now, they know perfectly. So thank you very much, Sina, and thank you once time more, Maestra, to support these kind of interviews with my masters. Thank you very much.
Dani.
See you around.